Freedom. What really is freedom and why is it so important? We are so fixated and we cannot stop ourselves to think about some certain things, like being safe and feeling safe, like having security, financial security, physical security. But did you ever think about if this kind of security is limiting your ability to be free, limiting your ability to have freedom? Freedom is something that people have died for. Freedom is something that countries are burned, are being created, were created, was created, or being created. Freedom is something is very significant. But do you really think that you are having a kind of belief and a kind of mindset, a kind of physical deed to make yourself free? Are you really trying so hard to be free? Are you really trying enough to be free? Is it enough for you? Or you're just fooling yourself and thinking that you're free while you're not? Did you ever think about the possibility that you are not actually free? That you are not living the life on your own terms, but living the life on a person, someone other than you, or living someone which is not you? Did you ever think about this? Did you ever think about your freedom and how can you really be free if you're not free enough? Did you ever think about you only have one chance for living and you might be ruining your chances? You are not living freely. You don't really have freedom, most likely. This doesn't count for all people, but look around you. Everyone is working for wage. Everyone has some sort of belief that Saturday or Sunday is better than Monday or Tuesday. And if you really think about it, people will just tell you, you overthink, these things are not important, everybody is living like this, why should you care? No one cares. My friend doesn't care. The school friends doesn't care. My dad didn't care. They didn't care. Why should we? Why should I care about it? Why should I feel pain? Because they associate this with pain. They associate this with misery, being different. They associate difference with misery. They don't understand. The world governments do not actually care for you. Do you think they really do care for you? Didn't you see people when the stock market crashed? They lost their jobs, they lost their life saving. Don't you see every single day when the central banks of the world print their money to oblivion, people are losing the power to buy something and people are being slaves. They're making them slaves and they don't even realize this. Why do they sacrifice their freedom? Why people let them? It is so stupid, right? If you ask a person, 100% of them will tell you they wish to be free. They wish to be free. They don't wish to control. But is this true? Is this really the choice the humans do have? Are they really making that choice to be free? Most of the time, it's not. Most of the people do actually inherently want to be led by others. They don't wish to rule themselves. They don't wish to take their actions. They don't wish to lead their life. They wish to be ruled over. They wish to bow. That is why you see many people who are voting to leaders which are not really democratic. They're voting for the leaders who are nothing but tyrants. And didn't we see this? We saw this at the events of the World War II, World War I, and human history before the 21st century. We saw this all the time. People asked to be ruled, and people didn't say anything when the kings, when queens, when other leaders, and they were really tyrannic. People didn't say anything when these people ruled over them, and they had a really bad term. Their terms was too bad, and people had slaves 100 years ago. And since when we are living in this world? Maybe 10,000 years? People did have slaves for 10,000 of years. And why do they tolerate this? It is this century, and the century was before us, 21st and 20th century. People actually freed their slaves. But why did this take so long to free them? Is it really about the masters of the slaves? Or is it more about the slaves themselves? Maybe people wished to be slaves because they didn't like responsibility. And if you don't have responsibility for your life, if you don't like having responsibility for your life, guess what? You will always be a slave to another person. Yes, maybe not in literal terms. You will not be sold to another person, or they will not exactly order you around everything to do something. But if you can't spend your time at your will, if you have the terms, if you have the identifications like Sunday is better, Saturday is better, but Monday is very bad, guess what? You are playing into their hands. You are just being a slave because you cannot control your time, and it doesn't end with time. Think about the inflation. Think hard about the inflation. Every single currency that is printed, which is not backed by the oil, gold, or silver, is making you poor, is making you have less value by your money, so-called money, fiat currency. And when they are less valuable, you can't buy maybe nothing. You can't buy a home, you can't buy a car, you can't buy anything. Perhaps you can't buy food to sustain your life energy. But do you really think the world governments care about this? Do you really think people other than you care about you? Most of the time not. And do you really think you can absolutely trust with a blind eye to another person? There is only one person you can trust in the life without any verification, and it's yourself. You are the one to change your life, and no one will do this for you. No one will change your life for you. No one will even try to change your life for you, and perhaps they will just hope that you don't make a breakthrough. You just stay where you are, because why not? They feel good. They feel superior to you. When they feel superior to you, they don't exactly want to change the terms. But you are the one taking all the harm. They are the one thinking, oh, I'm so great, I'm better than this guy. Just screw them. Just get the hell out of there. Never look back. Just get the hell out of there. They will hope you will stay in an inferior position. They will pray for it. They won't even accept it themselves. They won't even admit this to themselves. But they will hope for it. Guess what? They're not your friends. You thought about it. Oh, I spent many times with them. We share a lot of things. They should be my friend. If a person is not rooting for your freedom, they aren't your friend. It is the most single important thing that should you never stop trying to protect in your life. I'll get to see you in the next video. Take care.